Hi everyone, it's Roxanne Derhodge. So this week I'm talking about the topic of inclusivity and diversity. So this last week I was honored to be asked to be part of a roundtable on workplace strategies for mental health. And it was a place just to reflect on different and how, as companies, the things that we should consider about how we include people. So I have a couple of things that came out. Eventually this report will go across Canada about recommendations. But there were some things that, even as an individual or HR or a leader, that you can ask yourself about diversity or inclusiveness. And I guess the first thing is to ask yourself, what do I know about different? Be it a disabled person, somebody that's ethically different from you, or somebody that sexual orientation is different from yours. So really getting comfortable with what is it that I need to know. And I think oftentimes not knowing, that puts the barrier between diverse and someone that is so dissimilar to yourself. So start to reflect, what is it that I don't know and what is it that I do know? When dealing with people from diverse cultures or orientations or ableness, another thing is to think, if I do know what I want to know, how do I ask kind, gentle, compassionate questions? And I often think, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and people assume that they know a lot about the island that I'm from and my culture. I often get questions like, oh, what second language do you speak? Or, do you celebrate Christmas? Or those types of things. And these are honestly quite genuine questions. And I'm open, being from somewhere else, to answer them. But again, if it's coming from a kind, compassionate place, I'm always willing, versus people that maybe are maybe a bit more guarded when asking the questions. The third thing is, don't assume you know anything about someone and why they're different and how they want to be treated differently. People just are people, and I go back again to not knowing and treating somebody a certain way because you assume that they are different, so therefore they're different from you. And really, I would say that, again, I can use my culture. I came to Canada, and when I was 17 years old, everything was different. It was overwhelming. I spoke the language, and still it was overwhelming coming to Canada. It was big. It was the culture was different. Customs were different, and even though I was westernized, it was overwhelming for me. Obviously as a teenager, but even as an adult coming to a country with children would be difficult. So again, reflecting on, I should never assume. Try to think, what is it that someone might be, struggling with, or maybe they want to know about you as much as you want to know about them. So to be open to ask the questions, don't be afraid. And I'm always, I've lived here now for 30 years, and so now I feel like I'm no longer a newcomer. But I'm still cognizant that what it takes to come to a new country, or what it is to be, someone that's disabled in a wheelchair, or someone that's, identified in a different, way of presenting themselves to the world. So these are just some things for you to reflect on and think about it. So that, if there's a culture that scares you, or an orientation that scares you, or a disability that you're not aware of that might be plaguing you to treat someone different, I would suggest that you start to reflect on this. So again, in the space of diversity and inclusion, think about, what is it that scares me? How can I find out that information, and what steps can I take to make myself a bit more comfortable so I can make others comfortable? Hope this was helpful. This is Roxanne Derhodge of the Authentic Connection Movement. If you're needing any information, mental health and wellness, I'm a keynote speaker, trainer, and coach. Take care and have a great day.